In the end, mankind could never sate the appetite for war. Nearly every inch of Earth had been developed and claimed by one nation or another. High-powered lasers regularly lobbed shuttles into space. There was even a small group of the world's elite that took to building their vacation homes on the moon. Yet still, even amidst these wonders, mankind couldn't eliminate the inherent urge for conflict. Yep. Although, there was one change. All those people intent on pointlessly killing each other? Well, they perfected it. The super large-scale weapon. The Object. The body of this new weapon measured over 50 meters in length. And with its arrival, it completely rewrote the conventions of modern warfare that had come before it. This enormous weapon, first introduced by a certain island nation. It took a barrage of fire from the allied forces of 14 nations and kept going. Not only that, but it fought them off too. Its shell was modeled after an onion with layers upon layers of armor forged by patiently mixing in a powder of high-performance anti-fire reactant. The armor plates were then laminated with conductor and insulator materials, enabling them with a printed transmission system that could transfer power throughout the object. Power from the reactor at its core to the external armament, all without laying a single line of cable. The innovation and cutting-edge technology were boundless. Traditional craftsmanship combined with precision machining were all poured into creating this ungodly machine. It was the twisted apex of the intelligence of man. Ultimately, it was submerged in a baptism of nuclear fire, but it withstood the attack. With half its body melting like ice cream, it proceeded to wipe out the Allied fleet with its remaining armaments. To this day, that awesome spectacle can be found in our history books. Naturally, in the wake of such obvious success, objects have become synonymous with war. After the breakdown of the United Nations in the first half of the 21st century, a large number of countries and sovereign republics collapsed or underwent a drastic reformation. As a result of this breakdown, the world became divided into 4 separate coalitions. But the division of territories was about as jumbled up as a shattered stained glass window, which resulted in different powers sharing borders across the globe. This inevitably led to a constant rash of small-scale border skirmishes and local wars. You could say that the objects were a natural byproduct of this world. Necessity gave birth to her most warped invention. Which brings us to now. The fight for sovereignty amongst the coalitions carries on, but they're now determined by clean wars solely conducted by the objects. So then, what about everybody else?
That's it! I quit! I'm a freaking radar analyst, damn it! I didn't join the army just to shovel snow!
Busy work is all that's left. I mean, every other aspect of conflict in the world is left up to objects. But we're living off the taxpayers' dime, so we've got to at least look like we're working, right?
Oh yeah, right. Freezing our butts off working in the snow. No one cares about us lonely soldiers, huh?
Well, those are just the hard knocks of modern warfare. Now it's all up to the objects and the elites who operate them.
That's the thing! How am I supposed to feel motivated to do anything when all we have to do is meaningless busy work? We're totally worthless.
You've got a point. We're about as useless as fighter planes going up against objects equipped with anti-air lasers. Isn't the kill ratio something like 1 to 500?
Pretty sure it's worse than that. Jets are about as powerful as horseflies up against objects. And ground-based armored units, they're about as effective as ants. Everything's equally useless in the shadow of objects.
No, a tank could be useful.
Huh?
Right here. Just mount a huge shovel to the front of one of those bad boys, plow it through, and we'd be done before you even know it.
What the hell are we doing with our lives?
Look at it this way. Thanks to the objects, at least we don't have to see combat.
Probably not something a soldier should say, but that is a good thing. There's nothing cool about getting your head blown off in battle.
Oh, hey. You're nobility, aren't you, Havia?
Yeah, born with blue blood. All that means is I have to prove myself even more. Otherwise, I won't have the stature to inherit the estate. Oh, thank you. And that's why I'm here. Racking up achievements. So how heavy's that cross you've got to bear? You came out to this frozen wasteland just to study abroad?
Well, I'm just a commoner by birth. Only chance I have to make it is to learn a trade.
So the idea is to become a licensed designer focused on objects?
Hey,
Right.
You can't beat on-the-job training. I'm well on my way to becoming a millionaire.
Maybe so. But that doesn't make this awful army food taste any better.
What, were you expecting a tax-subsidized 4-course gourmet meal? But you're right, it's terrible. I'd so much rather catch one of those deer out there and grill it up than eat this crap.
Now that's some brilliant commoner thinking. You really are a genius, you know?
Let's just forget this. We'll catch hell if our CO busts us. And besides, can you even take down a deer? We're talking about a target that moves.
No problem. That's why I loaded up on plenty of smart bullets. As long as I aim in the general direction, the bullets will do all of the work and we'll have us a tasty 4-legged buffet.
Good grief, those are some expensive rounds. Even if we were suddenly faced with combat, it's not like the decorated senior officers would do anything other than drink coffee in a warm room while waiting for the object to make its victorious return. Such a tough job they've got. Not that I'm one to talk.
Hey, you coming or what?
I'm gonna try after some different game. I'll leave the deer to you.
Whatever.
Now this is the golden age of objects. Talk about a waste of taxpayer money. Sounds like Havia's going at it. I can't imagine the taxpayers would be too happy to know those costly bullets are being shot at deer instead of people. But at least it's another peaceful day.
What are you doing out here?
We're having barbecue tonight. I'm catching some fish and Havia's hunting down a deer. This is a dumb question since I suggested it. But is deer meat even tasty? I've never tried it before, so I'm starting to get worried.
You need to eat some vegetables with your barbecue or you'll eventually give yourself a heart attack.
And where are you off to today, Princess?
The object's in for routine maintenance. I had a little time to kill, so I went for a walk. But then I heard gunshots and started to get curious.
Oh crap, you can hear the shots from inside the base? We're gonna get chewed out for sure!
I don't understand why you would do something when you know it's going to get you scolded. Remind me, you came here to study objects, didn't you?
I did.
What made you choose this space? I'm just trying to make sense of your logic. You know what kind of object I operate.
Well, of course, it's a first-gen multi-role comprehensive object. In other words, it can be operated in any region across the world and under any weather conditions. It's the most standard super large-scale weapon operating today.
Yeah, exactly, it's standard. Which is just another way of saying outdated. That's the thing with second-gen objects. They just aren't designed to operate universally. They're specialized for certain places and objectives. Which means they can easily outperform generalized objects.
Stupid deer!
Limited to this region of snow and ice, there's a very real chance my object might not win.
But you're not gonna stop, right? Piloting that object? I mean, the baby Magnum is your object.
Only because I have no other choice.
Wait, why am I getting all mesmerized? She's only got pale blue eyes from constant exposure to laser irradiation. I mean, they're not naturally that pretty. It's just from the eye-controlled input device, which is how I feel I should feel. And why is she dressed so lightly out here? Sure, the suit's got a system to regulate body temperature, but it's still a skin-tight one-piece.
You conduct maintenance on the object. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So I'm confused why you chose to study here.
I guess it's a difference in values. Being a soldier, you're concerned about whether or not the object is strong enough. But I don't see things that way because I'm a student. Knowledge of a standard basic unit will always come in handy because it's a fundamental design. In other words, I'm getting a more universally applicable education by focusing on your boring old object than some specialized unit.
Has anyone told you that you're lacking in tact?
Of course, all the time. But I don't see it that way. Because
you're
I'm a student.
Overconfidence can get you killed on the battlefield.
Well, I'm trying to climb the ladder with a get-rich-quick scheme. And confidence can be useful on that front.
So you've got the future all figured out?
Think so.
Do you really?
What was that about?
I doubt I need to explain why you've been summoned, so don't play stupid.
This is your fault, Havia. I told you we should forget it. Don't pin this on me. More importantly, she's only 18? How are her boobs so incredible?
So then, Quinther, Havia, I know that it may not seem as vital as your days spent hunting for provisions, but I've got a lot on my plate as well, you see. Not only do I oversee this Alaska base, I also have to remotely direct operations on a small island in the Pacific.
Right.
This board in front of me, all it takes is a couple of simple marks, and I deploy an object on standby to blow away a guerrilla base with long-range artillery fire. Sounds like an easy job, right? Well, it is, right?
Yes, ma'am!
Well, it's not. I'm in simultaneous command of multiple base zones, which makes me very busy. And now you two idiots just have to go and pick the worst time possible to make me even busier. Can you even imagine how I feel about the two of you right now?
Yes, ma'am! But it's making me really uncomfortable!
I'm guessing that you're extremely aggravated with us, Miss Ferlacia?
Oh, good guess. I'm so blessed to have such keen subordinates, isn't that right? Not if you agree, you morons! So then, let's talk about the fruits of your labor. You're not the only one sick of eating the giant edible erasers that pass for rations, you know. Nicely done. We're eating barbecue tonight. I'll let you off with a 12-mile run for your punishment. Oh, and Quinther.
What? Why do I get more?
Do I need to remind you that you're a student abroad on deployment? I've got no choice but to hustle you over to the hangar for your studies. Otherwise, I'm the one who's gonna get yelled at by the old bat in charge of maintenance.
I didn't even realize I skipped out on it.
Havia, you can take care of the snow shoveling. Make sure the runway is clear for use by sundown.
Oh, wow! Snow shoveling and a 12-mile run? Aren't I lucky?
Yeah, now you better get to it!
Well, it's about time, boy! Grab your tools and get your butt up here!
Oh man. I'm sorry I'm late! What's my punishment?
Just get results! Prove yourself worthy of the maintenance crew! I swear, I wouldn't even be using a lazy work-dodging boy like you if we weren't so damn busy and short-handed. So act grateful!
You showed up. Get tired of hunting?
Yeah, I deserve whatever you dish out.
Shut your mouth and pay attention, boy! You're working on the emergency evac equipment today. Nobody else wants to do it because they think it's bad luck.
Roger that! That reminds me. I've always wondered if the object's painted white for superstitious reasons, or is it just straight up camouflage for fighting in the snow?
The objects were originally painted with camo to match their surroundings.
But the Brain Trust finally realized there's not much point trying to hide a walking mountain, especially when it's that costly. Paint don't come cheap, so we left her all white. And besides, there's no reason for the King of Beasts to hide.
So it's white for practical reasons then, not superstitious. Oh, in that case, what about the rapier hanging from the ceiling up there?
Now that one is a good luck charm.
For guaranteed victory in deadliness.
Huh. Good luck, huh?
When you're out on the battlefield, you... I can't breathe!
Something seems off over here!
Oh, you moron! Don't go messing with the belt adjustments! Are you trying to kill her?
Crap!
Can't breathe!
What the hell was I just doing?
I'll go find something to cut her out with. You yank on those belts so she doesn't suffocate. Don't let her die!
I'm so sorry.
As long as I don't die, I don't care. So help!
I've got to worm my fingers in under the belts to pull on them. But that pretty much leaves me with no choice but to cop a cheap feel. And you know, for such a slender girl, she's pretty stacked.
I'm about to die.
Quit thinking about boobs, dude! Her life is on the line! This is all your fault! Now pull your crap together and redeem yourself! But still, geez, look at those boobs! No, shut up, you creep! This is not the time! She's dying right in front of you! Do not let the princess die! Take this seriously and save her boobs! I can't do it! This is not a helping hand! I can't let it anywhere near the poor girl!
Activate emergency protocol!
Whoa!
That boy's worthless.
Funny. I've never had to bail out before.
I heard you pulled a real doozy in the hangar earlier.
It was pretty bad. Did I rack up even more punishment?
Looks like the old bat already got to you, so you're all right.
I've been dreaming about this meat and it's stinging the cuts in my mouth.
I'd be happy to eat it for you if you can't handle it.
No! After all the crazy crap I went through for this meat, I will enjoy it.
Fair enough.
You did good work with this, Tavia. The folks over in the Aviation Corps should be proud to have you with them.
And nah, really, it was nothing.
But of course, practically speaking, we don't need anyone from the Aviation Corps.
Yeah, I figured, but thank you so much for reminding me of that fact! Damn it, I'm eating! I'm regaining every single damn calorie I lost shoveling snow!
By the way, Quinther, is it true that you spoke with the princess outside the base zone?
Yeah, I was worried that might be a
Damn,
problem.
that's good.
She and I talk in the hangar sometimes, so I didn't think anything of it. Sorry.
Don't worry, it's fine. The amount of stress she's under, she could use someone to talk to.
My object might not win.
Hey, Miss Fralacia, have you ever lost a battle?
Yeah, of course I have.
So what do you do if your object gets beat to hell and smashed up?
What do you do? Raise the white flag and move on.
Huh?
The idea of an all-out fight-to-the-death war is a thing of the past. If one of the objects breaks down, the battle is decided right then and there, and the victor's not gonna bother to chase after helpless infantrymen. I mean, there's no formal treaty stating anything to that effect. But if you promptly withdraw your troops and surrender the territory, it's more or less a given that you'll at least get to live. Lovely, huh? But that's the beauty of the safe and clean wars the objects provide us with. So we sit around as our guns get rusty and my face breaks out from eating greasy food.
Huh.
I figured you'd have more problems with your bra breaking.
Feel like shoveling snow tomorrow, Havia?
What? Come on, no, please!
I see what she's
Try to
saying.
be sympathetic!
If you've got an object, even someone spoiled by peace like me could wage war. Right. But you have to have an object first. So then, what about everybody else? Nobody imagines they'll find themselves in this situation. I know I never did, but here I am. It's just not the kind of thing that should happen to a person. No one should have to go up against these monsters.
Ready for this fight 一か八かの ever die 怯えてやり過ごすだけの日々にバイバイバイ降りしきる弾丸かき分け鮮やかに決めろ two step 泣き言なんて胸にしまい込んで try 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 今誰も彼もあれもこれも目を背けにけ出しても見捨てはしない君だけは Let's go one more chance 変えてやろうこのシーン今なぜ名前変えても乗り越えてみせるだけその涙もその痛みも超えてどうだ見る好きのステージへそうさ何年だって One more try Let's go one more chance 見捨てるよそのスピリット今なぜ名前変えても這いつくばっていけい信じてんだろうその痛みはいつか誰か癒すよさにそうさ変えていけんぞ One more try I'm not gonna walk away
Rank and file soldiers who tie down Gulliver.
The snowy deep winter battle of Alaska 2.